Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying, is going to be sent around the topic of you must grow in this truth. So growing in the truth. The Lord is not dealing with stagnation. You know, if you're not growing, you are receding. There's no way you should be looking at your situation and who you are as a man in the spirit the same as you looked at yourself this time last year. You should see some growth. You should see some progress. And if not, then you should be worried. All right? Whether that's, with your job, whether that's, with circumstances that you in, right? If you go to the gym, you shouldn't be lifting the same weight as you was lifting last year, right? You should have progressed into more difficult, more trying workouts, right? Because eventually the things in which you were doing before becomes too easy, and it's almost like you're just going through the motions. So you have to add something else to make it challenging again. All right. In this walk of ours, it should be full of challenges, constantly overcoming, constantly re-examining, constantly growing, right? And if you're not, you should be worried. Okay. Because the Lord requires it. All right. This is Revelations 3 and 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither hot nor cold. I would thou wert cold or hot. Right? So either you're going to be in or you out. Right? You're going to be one way or the other. There is no in between. Okay? There is no half stepping. Okay? So you either progressing or you regressing. You either going back or you're going forward. It's that simple. So if you want to know if you in the spirit or not, you should be looking at, another indication, or one indication you can look at is your life. Are you in the same place? So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. That's why if it's a season that you in a certain situation, you know, and that situations continue to linger, right? There should almost be a sense of urgency, right? Because it's like, why have I not progressed past this? Why am I not past this yet? I've been here 7 months. I've been here a year. Why am I not past this yet? There has to be something that I'm not doing right. You have to be examining yourself constantly. All right. And of course, you know, it's always spiritual. Right? You think that you in that, Jake quick to think they're in a certain situation because of circumstances. But no, you in that situation because Yahweh Shema Shah got you in that situation to teach you a lesson. And if you don't learn it, you're going to stay there. And if you stay there too long, you're going to die there. Right? At the end of the day, it's about constantly progressing. Right? Constantly evolving. And if you lukewarm, you're not doing nothing. If you lukewarm, you idle. Right? You ain't doing no videos. Right? If you are doing videos, the things in your personal life ain't changing. Because, Jake think that it's just about video. It's not just about videos. Yeah, you have to do video. Yes, that is the, needs not to be even, addressed really. Because we know, right, the importance of feeding the flock and everything. But if you're not growing as an individual, then what are you doing? You're a hypocrite. All right? Because the apostles say all the time, okay, you always learning something new, man. And that's a sign of growth. Right? That's a sign that you're growing and that you're on the right track, that you learning new things. Right? This is 1 Corinthians 3:7. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth the increase. So Yahweh Shema Shah, if he's dealing with you, he's going to be increasing you. Right? You ain't going to be in the same place. You ain't going to be in the same spirit. You ain't going to have the same mindset. You ain't going to look at nothing the same. It even gets to the point you read the same precepts and get a different, a more deeper understanding of it every time you read it, because this truth is layered, right? So it's like you go over the same thing and you think about a different aspect that you may not have considered before. Why? Because you're growing, right? That's how you measure yourself, man, whether you be in the faith or not, right? Well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, hoping that you get a different result, right? You have to, if you're doing something and you're getting the same result, then you have to change something. Something has to give, because if not, you're stagnant. You should really dread being stagnant, man. All right? Because does not the scripture say that out of his belly shall flow living waters. Living waters are moving. You think about the ocean. The ocean is constantly moving. There's nothing on it that's still, right? Still water is dead water. Bacteria grows, fungus, right? Think about a pool. If you got a pool, you have to constantly go back in and clean it. Why? Because it's still water, right? You got to have service done. You got to have a pool servicer, right? Because certain bacteria, certain algae grow. That's not that'll end up fucking up the pool itself. You can't jump into a pool that ain't been serviced because it's dead water. But living water is constantly flowing. It's constantly moving, right? It's not in the same place. It's going upstream or it's going downstream, right? It's going one way or it's going the other way. Period. So if you ain't getting either, if you just there, you should be worried. You should be deeply concerned. You should be asking yourself, damn, is the Lord even dealing with me? Right? And that should be a daily question that you ask yourself. Right? It's always something to work on, especially within your spirit, You should never feel like you got it all figured out. That's when, if you ever feel that way, then you pretty much through, It ain't nothing else to learn. That's pride, man. This is 1 Timothy 4:14 in the NIV. Do not neglect your gift, which was given you through prophecy when the body of the elders laid their hands on you. See? The gift that we got is the gift of faith. And every brother got their portion. Okay. But I'll tell you what, man, whatever you've been given, it's up to you to make the most of it. All through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shah, man. It's up to you to make the most of it. Faith, the grain as a mustard seed, and then when you put those works in that faith, and guess what? It grows. Your faith grows. You start becoming more battle tested, right? You've been through things that tested your faith, and now you came out on top, and now your faith grew. Now you get to another situation, and you think back to the past situation, and it's like, well, I got past this, so the Lord's going to do it the same way. And then guess what? He comes through, and boom, your faith grew a little bit more, right? You doing videos, you start off doing videos about one thing, and then you end up doing videos about something else. Your faith is growing. You're growing as an individual, right? That's the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah supping with you, right? That's that gift being exercised. But if you don't attend to it and you just let it sit, then what is going to rot, Because with anything, it takes maintenance and upkeep. You got to upkeep your faith, right? Same with a car. You just can't, keep driving a car, not putting gas in it. Check engine light come on, you just ignore it. What's going to happen? The car going to give out. Be diligent in these matters. Give yourself wholly to them so that everyone may see your Progress. You're supposed to progress. When you're diligent, you progress. If you're not diligent, you're not progressing. It's simple. You diligent, you on fire. You're not diligent, you cold. Right? Watch your life and doctrine closely. Watch your life and doctrine closely, man, because they're both intertwined. The same gospel that you teach, you should be living by yourself, right? If not, that makes you a hypocrite, right? Persevere in them, because if you do, you will save both yourself and your hearers, right? So at the end of the day, we fight it for a crown. You know what I mean? You fight to keep that crown, because once it's been revealed, it's like your crown being given to you. But of course, it's you gotta finish the race. You know? But if you finish, it's guaranteed you get that, man. You hold on to it, because the Lord told us His promise to you. You just got to maintain and endure. Right? And how do you do that? You progress, man. You know, you move forward. This is Luke 12 and 47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes, right? Because you know the prophecies that are set to unfold, you know what's about to go down, but yet you still being a nigga. You ain't doing no videos. You ain't living at all according to these scriptures. Because these niggas, I mean, we just seen niggas like, you know, Peggy Cuh, you know, Gorilla Peg. You know, he do the videos and shit, but in his personal life, what is he doing? He's not preparing himself like the Lord's coming back. You know, because the Lord coming back, he's going to know your inner secrets, your secret sins, right? So part of it is what? Walking this walk. Not just talking, but walking. Because, you know, you got a lot of precept men out there. A lot of Jake that know how to, you know, they just think making videos is it. No, man, it's about how you living your life, man. This is a lifestyle, okay? You're not just a man of the Lord when you cut the camera on. You're a man of the Lord at all times. Lord will. You know, we part of that number. We the hopefully elect. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes, for unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall much be required. So if you get this faith, right, this truth, okay, and you learning and you know, you digesting the things of retaining to, you know, these scriptures, retaining to the truth, you now have a requirement, right? You have now entered the race. Okay. And now there's things that are expected out of you. If you don't fulfill them, you shall be beaten with many stripes, because the Lord has given you precious ornaments, man. He's giving you this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, something that can't be measured in value, right? Something that, you know, scripture said, we were bought with a price, man. Lord, will we part of that number? This gift can't be bought. Okay? For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall much be required, and to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. So if the Lord, you know, got you in this truth, you've been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, the more that's required of you. You become a camp leader, the more that's required of you. You become, hey, if you're on the other side and you enter in the camp, more is required of you, right? You find out the names, now more is required of you. Now you got to learn the doctrine. Now you got to learn, it's steady, constant progression. Okay? And if you ever stop progressing, that's your ass, man. Just think about that. If you ever stop, all of your works and labors are in vain, and the Lord has a serious judgment for you, man. As the scriptures say, you shall be beaten with many stripes. So with that, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Shem, Al Shai, Shem, Rakakudash, Wa, Abba, Babal, and DTA, DTN.